disparity, I guess. What can you say about that?
Obviously, it's very difficult to win on the road anywhere, and when you get outshot by 30 from the free throw line in a one-possession game, it's going to be difficult. But what I've told our team, I think some things have become pretty apparent about the Ole Miss Rebels through 15 games. There's been a pattern that's been formed. We're not going to blow many people out, and we haven't been blown out. We play, our guys scrap and fight, and it's not always the most pleasing to watch from any vantage point, but we stay in games. Then it comes down to the stretch, and you got to make plays. The games in which we've made the plays, i.e., 2 days ago on Thursday night, we win. The games in which we don't make the plays and Mississippi State does, then they win. You know, we're up 66-62, and we've got a 6'9" long athletic kid at the rim for a tip dunk. That would have been a huge tip dunk. Free at the basket, missed it, and it turns into a flagrant one on the other end. Huge swing. Then we wanted to make a hard field goal, and Craig Sword continued to drive by us, shoots 18 free throws. That may be a high of anybody that I've ever coached against. Does not make a field goal, and scores 15 by getting to the free throw line. And we played a lot of zone, and he's driving by us, and that's what he did down the stretch.
Jarvis made some big plays. What do you think of his night?
Well, Jarvis is he's been our steadiest player. We've said that a lot. At the end, you know, we ran both possessions to him in the one-possession game. First of which was called an offensive foul from 15 feet. The second, he's standing right in front of me. We're running an action that typically Marshall would have been in the baseline option of the action, and he would have got enough separation. It's a three-point game. If you get the three, take it. If you don't, there's plenty of time. We're still in a 2 or 3 possession game. Drive it to the middle of the floor. When he catches it in front of me, he doesn't have a look. I tell him to drive it, he drives it. He does exactly what I tell him. A little bit of a collision at the ball, no call, they get it, they win.
When you made your run in the middle of the second half, there's a lot of young kids on the floor, freshmen and sophomores. You're just lacking their energy.
That's exactly right. And you know, veterans, the advantage to having a veteran team is if kids play like they have experience. It does you no good if you're a veteran and you play as if it's the first time you've ever been in a college basketball game. Then you're going to opt to play a younger kid to give him the same opportunities that you've given a veteran. I know that's a lengthy answer, but that's what my thinking is. You know, we may have to turn the page to some of our younger guys and give them the same opportunities we're giving some of our older guys, because we're not playing as experienced as I would hope our upperclassmen would.
Was that energy what helped you on the boards tonight?
I think so. I think we were much more aggressive on the glass. The turnovers kill us. You know, what we made up, which we've been losing our last 6 by getting out rebounded by about 9.5. We're plus 10 tonight, but we beat Auburn because we have 9 turnovers. When we have 10 turnovers or less, we're hard to beat because it's a possessions game. Tonight we have 16, and not only the number of turnovers, but the way in which they occurred. Open floor turnovers. Think about how we ended the half. We run out on a driver and throw, and they get a dunk. We try to spread them in the open floor, and we turn it over, which leads to a layup. Open floor turnovers, mistakes in the open floor ultimately cost you, and that's what happened.
It seemed like a lot of those turnovers, you guys were getting penetration in the second half, but then y'all get cut off, and you'll try to throw it between 2 or 3 different people. I mean, right. It seemed like pretty uncharacteristic of what you guys
not making great decisions with the ball.
How did you want your team to attack themselves?
You know, what's funny is I was just telling radio, we've never played a 1-3-1 since I've been at Ole Miss, and I've never worked for anybody that's played a 1-3-1. We put it in after the middle game, and it's really helped us win 2 games. Without it, I don't think we can beat Western Kentucky. And without it, we certainly don't win the other night. I tell you that to say we work against it because we practice it ourselves. We used it a little bit tonight. I thought it was effective for us. We did exactly what we want the opponent to do, and that is play on the perimeter and play indecisive as opposed to getting it spread, hitting those gaps, and playing behind it. So, again, our inability to make good decisions with the ball at times hurts.
DeMarco doesn't play at all in the second half.
Yeah, it just kind of speaks to what I was talking about earlier, just giving those young guys an opportunity to see if they can garner some experience and make some plays.
You think the last 2 games might get Derek and Ladarius going?
You know, I hope so. I thought Snoop maybe had his best 4 or 5 minute period there where he was making shots and being aggressive. We certainly need production out of him.
He needed to change when he rolled Thomas over on Jarvis in those last 2 possessions instead of Trante when he hit the 3.
Well, you know, I think Jarvis got separation on the 3. I'm not sure it was anything that Lemon did wrong other than maybe he got screened. Thomas has got a little more size ultimately, but Thomas is a sophomore, and Jarvis is our most experienced player. So we were trying to get the ball to our most experienced player and let him make a play.
Coming on, you put this behind you, and then you gear up for LSU at home Wednesday night?
Well, we've played 2. They tell me we got to play 18, so that leaves me 16, and everybody goes to Atlanta. So we got 17 more, yeah. So we got to take that bus ride home, and I'll give them off tomorrow because we're a little battle fatigued, playing guys heavy minutes. We had a very quick turn Thursday, Saturday to start league play, and we got a tough LSU team coming here on Wednesday. So you got to put it behind you and try to get ready for the next challenge.
It's a little unusual the way that Marshall's suspension was staggered. Now that you're through it, how do you think it worked, having him and then losing him, and now you get him
It was
back?
difficult from a rhythm standpoint. It's very difficult, and obviously we've never gone through this. We just dealt with it as best we could. He'll be back with us Monday, and hopefully he'll continue to be productive for us.